Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel.
Well, hello. This is Erica with Miley Scraps. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to attempt to do my first album walkthrough, and this is actually our wedding album, and we will be married 20 years this December. I apologize for the glare. I'm not sure what to do, so I try to hold them the best way I can so that you can see them. I'm going to put on some music, and I'll point a few things out here and there, but I hope you enjoy this walkthrough, and I was super glad to get it done just a few years ago, and I actually had a couple of pages that I had to finish up before I could do this, but it's so nice and such an accomplishment because we had so many pictures. But here we go with this walkthrough. So these friends that you're seeing in this photo, we all met, myself and Joel included, at our place of employment, and this was my 19th birthday. The roses he got me were 19 of them, and then we just loved to go around town taking silly photos. We would go to playgrounds and just take fun photos, and we just did a ton of stuff together, and we just had the best of times. This picture right here is actually a friend of mine that scrapbooked as well drew me those little people to match my photo, and so I really love that page as well. This picture, look how long my hair is. That's so crazy. I've definitely cut it since then. And I wanted to explain this picture. My husband and I dressed up like this for Halloween at work one year. So I dressed up in one of his suits, and some ladies at work brought in like the black wig, the hat, and the pink moo thing. We had a lot of fun. At first he was like, I don't want to go out there, but then he just played it up and made us all laugh. So I definitely didn't know, but these pictures here are pictures of the day that we got engaged. And I had told him previously, because we had talked about it, I said, if you ask me to marry you, then you have to have somebody there to take a picture because I'm a scrapbooker. So he had his little sister come along, and I'll explain the ground pictures here in a moment. So Joel had this whole night planned out, and it just was not working out. We had went to a restaurant. Actually, I think it was like maybe a restaurant, coffee shop type situation, and it was in his hometown, and it was just so crowded. People were being loud where they set us, and so he just didn't feel like the setting was right. And so we went down by the river, and every time he started to pull the ring out of his pocket, I would get up and walk away. And so then we, again, like I said, we like to go to playgrounds and take pictures. So we went to one of his elementary schools that he had attended as a child, and he told his sister, hey, take a picture. And so by the end of the night, he was super frustrated because nothing was working out. And so he set me down on this tire that was sticking out halfway, and he said, he didn't even ask, he said, I want you to marry me. And anyways, long story short, I said yes, and I kissed him, and my sister-in-law came over, and she grabbed the ring, and she's like, Erica, look at the ring, Erica, look at the ring. And then she said, does anybody have a flashlight? Because she had dropped the ring in the little pebbles, the little playground pebbles. And so once he's like, so she started like kind of like moving the rocks around. He's like, no, pat the rocks, pat the rocks. Long story short, we found the ring, and he just fell over like, oh my goodness, this has been a day. But nonetheless, it's our story, and I absolutely love it. So as I was just chatting along there, telling you about our engagement story, we had our wedding shower and then the wedding rehearsal, and now we're going into the big day. So the pictures here are just of us getting ready, and so I had pictures of the girls here, and that picture right there where you see my friend down on her hands and knees, she's actually helping me put my garter on. When she had gotten married, I helped her do hers as well, and we got a picture of it. So we definitely had to make sure that we documented that moment as well. So here, each of us had written each other a note, and my sister-in-law, who was also doing our pictures, which we were so thankful for, she made sure to get get the letters to each of us and then get pictures of us reading them as well. So this page right here in the upper right, that is my daddy and me. And I was just so thankful that my dad was able to be there with us. He actually was diagnosed with colorectal cancer in, let me see, 2001, I believe it was. And my husband and I got married in 2002. And so I was just so thankful he was able to be at my brother's wedding and my wedding. And he was also able to meet our son, our first child. Unfortunately, he passed away just a few months shy. He passed away in March of 2009, and our daughter was born in November. So I hate that he wasn't able to be there. But I'm so thankful for the memories and for these pictures. And I remember him seeing me for the first time and tearing up. And my mom's like, no, you can't do that. But anyways, this is what it's all about, documenting your lives and those special moments so that you can look back on them and reminisce and see the smiles of the people that have gone on to heaven. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So that page right there, before I was pointing out to the journaling, I actually asked my husband if he would write a little bit about that moment. So my dad was so nervous about the question, who gives this woman to be married to this man? Because he, as I'm kind of just scrolling on through these pages, he, I can remember as a kid would leave us notes on envelopes, on the kitchen counter, because he got up and left early before, we would get up, and he would say, I love you. And, or if it was our birthday, happy birthday. And he would say, love James. And then he would put dad underneath it. And I always thought that was funny. And so when the pastor asked, who gives this woman to be married to this man? He said, her dad, James. And it just encompassed who he was. And I was so glad to have that moment and that memory. And so anyways, he was so nervous. He was up there giving me away. And when I took my arm out of his, some of the flowers, got caught in like where our arms were together. And so it pulled them out of our bouquet, and he had them in his hand, and he was so nervous he didn't know what to do with them. And so we were all trying not to laugh. So that's what that page was about. So I tried to make a shaker pocket, and I wasn't very familiar with the fuse when I was doing this a few years ago, and so I didn't let it heat up enough, I think is what the problem was. And so I'm gonna have to go back and either try that again, get a new page protector because it's all kinds of crazy, or just add another card. So this is one of my favorite memories of our wedding day. So I wanted to dance with my dad to the song Butterfly Kisses, and my husband surprised me, and instead of just playing it, he sang it while we danced. So that was a very special moment. And then the picture of my aunt staring at the wall and singing, her and I believe her husband wrote a song and for us, and she sang it at the wedding. Well, guys, this flip through is just about over. I do want to say thank you for coming by and watching, and I do hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing, and I hope that the glare wasn't too bad. But thanks again for coming by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll be back with another video soon. Bye, guys.